Welcome to the manufacturing process class. This is the second part of the casting process. So already last class we have described what is casting, what are the different steps in the casting, its advantages and limitations along with the applications of the casting. So already I have described what is mold and other parts, but still we have to know along with the diagram. So this is a diagram where we can define the different terminologies of the castings. So here if you see this one, this part is the parting line. There are two parts here, one is the upper part and one is lower part. This parting line which separates the upper part, this is called a cope part, and the parting line which separates the lower part, the bottom part, it is called a drag part. Then this one is the cast metal in cavity. This is the cast metal in the core. This part is the core. What is core? Actually, core is the center or a metal part which is put into the mold for the creation of the internal fissures. So what does it mean actually? We require the sand casting. In the metal castings we require some shapes. Okay, so it is inserted into the mold cavity to prepare that internal fissures. So here if you see this one, this is the core. So this is the shape, internal shape which it is inserted into the mold cavity for preparation of the internal fissures which is required for the casting. Then this one, the mold cavity, what this is actually this is the addition of the mold materials. What are the mold materials are, and what is the and combination of the mold materials and core, it is as a whole it is called the mold cavity. Then a riser, why it is given the riser? Then the additional that means support or additional gap which is provided here to minimize that the void which can be produced during the casting process. This is called riser. Then runner, which helps the horizontal passage flow of the materials into the mold cavity. So it is the horizontal part, this riser, you see this one, it helps in the passage of the molten metal flowing through the mold cavity. The next one, this is the pouring cap. This is the like the funnel or other things, it shapes is like that. Pouring cap, where through here through the through this part we pour the molten metal through the to this cavity. Then downspout, it is the part of the vertical shape part, it is the inclined shape which is below this the pouring cap. It facilitates the movement of the molten material into this mold cavity. Then flux, it is the support of the outer part of the mold cavity. This is the parting line, it is separates both your this one upper and lower part of the mold. So terminally you can see that I am again repeating this one. Pattern, what is pattern actually? This one is the replica of the part to be the cast. That means that it is the almost duplicate part which to be casted. That the molding material, what is molding material? Material which is packed, that means which is packed around the pattern material to provide the mold cavity, that is the molding material. Then flux, it is, what is flux? It is a rigid frames that holds the mold as well. The cope is the upper part or the top half of the pattern, and rack is the lower half of the pattern. Then core, it may be of the sand or metal materials shape, it is a shape, or it may be of sand or metal shape. It is inserted into the mold for providing internal fissures into the shape that the part to be cast. Then mold cavity, it is the combination of the mold material as well as the cores. Then riser to provide the additional void in the mold and to compensate the additional metal due to shrinkage. Then the gating system, Getting system is nothing but the network of the channels which provides molten metal to the mold. The pouring cup is that part which controls the delivery metal through the getting system. The sprue, it is the vertical portion of the getting system. Then runners, this is the horizontal channel. Gates, these are controls the entrances. So these are the some terminologies of the casting.